So I just got done watching the UFC 305 press conference with Israel Adesanya, Dricus Plessis, Kai Kara France, and Steve Erceg, and I really believe after watching that the Plessis versus Adesanya fight might end up being the biggest fight of 2024. And although it didn't get too heated, like nobody was throwing chairs or anything, you could feel the energy in the room and you could feel how intense it was between the two. There was a couple good one-liners from both guys here and there, but ultimately I think DDP was the one who came out on top in terms of how his demeanor is looking heading into this fight. Of course, Adesanya was harping on the whole African Kings thing and how DDP is discrediting him and his African religion, but I mean, DDP of course was denying it, and then he seemed very, very angry and just a little bit annoyed with DDP, and you could really feel that he just does not like him at all. Adesanya was talking about how he doesn't care about the belt, he's just coming back for heads. He's won the belt twice before and he's had his reign. He doesn't care about the belt, he just wants to beat DDP. And on DDP's side of the argument, he's talking about Izzy being a massive fight for his legacy, and a win over him would do wonders for his legacy and the rest of his career. And then we got to the face-off where things got really intense. They locked eyes, nose to nose, and they were mumbling stuff to each other, and you couldn't really make out what they were saying, but you could really feel how intense things really were, and they just could not stop in that stare down. It lasted a while, it felt intense, and it's making this fight feel really massive. I'm pretty sure Izzy said something like, "Don't come and kiss me now," and DDP said, "I'm not your dog, so don't worry about it." It's pretty funny, a little funny, and it just makes this fight seem so much more bigger because in the past with recent fights, you don't really see this animosity between opponents. Like, yes, it's always there, but you don't really feel the hatred. At the end of the day, you understand that these guys respect each other and that they really don't hate each other as much as it may seem. But with this fight, it's different. You really feel the animosity here. You feel the hatred that Izzy has for DDP. I'm not sure if DDP feels the same way, to be honest. I don't think he really cares. I think he just sees Adesanya as a great opponent and a great fighter that he wants to get on his resume. But Izzy really does not like DDP, and that may help him or it may hurt him in the long run. One thing you got to give Adesanya is that he strives under pressure and he loves being in pressure situations. Like that last fight with Alex Pereira, he had the monkey on his back that he never was able to beat Alex. That Alex was always the one who came out on top, and no matter how good Izzy looked throughout the course of their fight, at the end, Alex would be the one who was victorious. So he went out there at UFC 287 and finally wrote that wrong, knocking out Alex Pereira, and that's a big moment because that was a big pressure moment. A lot of people were counting him out. A lot of people were saying that Alex is better than him and that's just the way it is, and you know that definitely bugged Izzy. So him going out there and actually being able to do that to Alex just showed that he's able to strive in these tough situations. I mean, then he went into the Strickland fight and completely flushed all that down the drain, but at the end of the day, he still did get that win over Alex. So if he really does dislike DDP and he really does want this victory, he may actually be able to get it done. But to be honest, I'm not sure how this fight is going to go. I'm just interested to see how things play out in the build up to this fight. I want to see if Izzy brings up a lot of that African stuff, which I'm sure he will. And I want to see how much it actually ends up bugging DDP and how much of an offense he really takes and how far their beef will actually go. I'm really interested in this. I love seeing fighters who actually don't like each other because I think it makes the fight all that much better. So I'm definitely going to be excited for this one. This is now turning into one of my most anticipated fights of the year, and I'm just hoping it ends up being a banger. But there you guys have it. Those are my thoughts on this matchup, and let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with me? You think this could be one of the biggest fights of the year, or you think it's just going to not really amount to anything? You think Izzy's going to win? Do you think DDP's going to win? Let me know down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Be on the lookout for more videos in the coming weeks. Right now, it's a bit slow in terms of pay-per-views. The next one's 304, but there's still other fight nights to talk about and just always things to talk about in the world of the UFC, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you all for watching once again, and I'll catch you all in the next one.